Welcome to Seven Trumpets Prepper. In this video, guys, I want to talk to you about some things that's been on my mind for a while, that has been accumulating, and I've been thinking about these things in my travels. Pretty much just want to title this video, "The Time for Civil Disobedience Has Come, Physically and Spiritually." And please bear with me through this video because I want to catalog everything. And also, while I go through this, please keep in mind that I love each and every one of you. I mean, whether you're white, black, oriental, yellow, lime green, blue, whether you're Muslim or Christian or atheist or Jewish or you're straight, a polygamist or gay, whatever you, I mean, literally, I'm trying to run the whole gambit here because I want you to understand something. If you are a patriotic American flag waving person, this video better resonate to you. Ladies and gentlemen, you are living in the last age of the Republic of the United States of America. I do believe that in the next year or two, the final end will come to our republic. I've had this burning sensation in the pit of my heart for a while. The Orlando shooting the other day probably, I think, was the final tip of the iceberg, because with that said, I told my wife this and she can verify it. Just the other day I said, hey, what happened in Orlando the other day is going to happen again and again leading up to the election cycle this fall. And the next day, very next day, I finish up here in Florida, start back home, there's a Walmart shooting, and it's radical Muslim, Islamic, or whatever. Once again now, I love everybody. But now, also, folks, there's only one way to the kingdom, and that's through Yahshua HaMashiach's blood and sacrifice and the keeping of the Father's commandments. So, don't care who you are, that policy is still in effect at all times. But I want you to just think back, if you're in my generation or older, okay? So this is for the 30-year-olds plus, okay? Because if most of you, if you're in that bracket, were in high school at that time, or you had a television set right in front of you that day. Because the younger generation, anybody younger back of that, it's not going to resonate like it is with us moving forward. As you look at 9/11, ladies and gentlemen, it's completely false flag. That was a false flag. I mean, there is proof of that, undeniable. Now, even you can see there's somebody that finally produced the video showing the cruise missile hitting the Pentagon. It wasn't even a plane. And you can see the video footage that you can see the plane that was hitting like one of the towers. It completely holograms through a building. Like it should have clipped that building as it went through. And I can go on and on all day. I mean, like bombs went off the building. But my point is this, is that the elite in government started the chipping away process at your freedoms. And hey, they were really great about it, man. I'll tell you, government's the best marketing group that you could ever ask for if you want to market something. How do I take your freedoms away? We just label it patriotic. That's exactly what they do. And then, we move forward, and then there was Sandy Hook. And I tried to label this all down while I was driving. I actually took my notepad from when I was out with a customer that day, and I wanted to catalog all this. You had Sandy Hook. There's a lawsuit out about that because that's been proven false flag. You've had the black on white crime. You've had the white on black shootings. You've had the Mexican fiasco a while back. You had the rebel flag thing. And the dude supposedly, the KKK, killed the black, when it shot the black church up. And listen, there's no such thing as black people. There is just Hebrew Israelites, the sons of Shem, and then there's the sons of Ham, okay? There's no, and it's like white people, there's no such thing as white people. We all got melanin in our skin, okay? So there's sons of Japheth. So anyway, and then we got like the Muslims left and right. There was literally so many things that's went on with Muslims. I've lost track, folks. And then there's the Muslim on the gay bar thing the other day. And if you notice, I've been telling this to my wife, my family, friends, and I know my family will get the most aggravated at me because I constantly beat it in their head, and not literally beat them, but just keep it in front of them, is that they doing exactly the opposite of Nimrod. Nimrod joined all the peoples of the world in his time together to build a tower to go right up through the firmament dome of this flat earth into the heavens above to make war with the Most High Yah, because he knew that the waters came in at the flood of Noah, and that now there ain't that separation anymore. We can just punch through the top and we can keep on going. And the Most High Yah said that what they determined to do wouldn't be withheld from them. Wouldn't be withheld from them, okay? Only time in Scripture. So what we have now is the spirit of Nimrod, but opposite of that. What you need is everyone tore apart in this world, in this nation. It can't just be in the national level. It can't just be America. It has to be the whole world for this to jive, okay? Is that you've got to keep everybody at war with each other. divided because that's the only way to keep power for the few elite at the top, the ones that directly serve Lucifer, okay? I mean, I'm sure that, like, they got him on speed dial. You know, it's like, hey, boss, what you want done today? You know? And I noticed Obama got up to speak, and look, I don't give a rip for Obama. But that's irrelevant to what I'm about to say. Is you need to pay attention to what he said. Is that, you know, I've noticed that he constantly haggles people about taking up guns. Every time this goes on, it's never about who's responsible, even though half of them's probably false flags anyway. And I mean, just like the bar shooting the other day, you see the people that were supposedly injured being carried back toward the bar to be evacuated. You would want to take people away from the shooting. Like, there's a lot of questionable things, and it doesn't matter if it's real or fake. What matters is that the end result is you have the Hunger Games effect. Is that, you know, you have this one person at the top screaming, take the guns, take the guns, take the guns. Ladies and gentlemen, I hate violence. I don't even hardly keep many guns. Hey, check it. Got mine right here, though, in case I need it. But, you know, I never want to hurt anybody at all. I don't want to be hurt. But the people at the top know that the only way the New World Order will be established is to disarm the population completely. Because if you can do so, then the freedom of speech, the freedom of religion, and everything else will be dissolved overnight. Because I noticed so eloquently, you know, Obama's not a fool. Everybody thinks Obama's like some idiot. He's actually a very intelligent person, and I think he just puts on a facade, like having the teleprompter issues and acting idiotic at times, people would say. Because he says, you know, with what are we going to do? Are we going to just kick all the Muslims out? Are we going to take the freedom of their religion away? And it's really specific how he targets that, because it's like, what he's saying is hey, we can't be attacking the Christian belief or the Muslim belief and all this. We can't be taking those rights away. But in the same breath, let's take the Second Amendment away. Because then after I get your Second Amendment, I'll freaking throw the Muslim out, I'll throw the Christian out, I'll kill all y'all. So let me transliterate that for you. That's what that speech is. And it concerns me deeply because, you know, our next sovereign, whether it's Hillary Clinton, you know, our country is completely going to hell at that point. I mean, no doubt about it. The republic will be dissolved. Off-grid contracting, the work I do for people, the phone that's already ringing off the hook now, I will literally be booked up for years to come in probably a month's time with just her election. And that's not a good sign. All right, Bernie Sanders, you're probably going to get the status quo with what you got right now with Obama. And Trump, I have, you know, I went and pulled the lever for Trump, okay? If I could have, I would have pulled the lever for somebody else, okay? But I didn't get to. All right, and that gentleman is a so-called black man. So I'll let you figure out which Republican that was, because you should have learned a lot more about him, all right? Because he was a good guy. The only thing I didn't agree with him was his vaccinations. But like I said, you can go find out who that is, and that's Ben Carson. So anyway, I had hopes that Trump would maybe pick him as VP. So I pulled the lever for Trump. You know what scares me about Trump, though, is if he don't get somebody in there to keep him in check, the nuclear football may get pushed. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see the crazy things that he may do, because he don't care. He ain't gonna take no crap off nobody. He can't be bought, and that's a dangerous wild card on the table. So, ladies and gentlemen, the future year ahead, should we survive this election, pray for the peace of our nation, because I promise you, those that are leaving office, they are going to do everything they can to destroy this country on the way out. I mean, we got police killing citizens. We got hate crimes in every color of the rainbow fighting each other. We got people killing rainbow flag people, okay? I mean, like, I can just go on and all day about this. And I have never seen anything like this in my entire life. If you've not gotten off grid, now this is not an advertisement for my business. If you have not gotten off grid, if you've not even got a bug out bag together, if you've not got a safe place to go to your family or friends and just disappear, I am telling you, the time is coming where you not only need to be ready to disappear, you need to make sure that it looked like you died on the way out. I mean, literally, so that you are forgotten. I mean, the greatest prayer any man could ever ask is for salvation. And the second prayer in this generation is that you be forgotten among the nations. I mean, literally, if I could be granted anything right now, if Most High Yah spoke to me and said, Luke, as I done for Shalomah, for Solomon, I gave him wisdom. And he asked for it, and I granted it to him. He didn't ask for length of days or anything like this, because he didn't, I gave him wisdom. But what can I do for you? I tell you what, my one plea would be is to be forgotten, just to be, just disappear amongst the nations, so that when the day of wrath comes, all you have to do is worry about Master Yahweh's judgments being poured out upon this earth, and not about the wicked sovereigns that are ruling us, because I'm telling you, it's only going to get worse from here on in. Ladies and gentlemen, do not pay attention to the mainstream media anymore. Spend that time getting prepped to disappear, because I am going to tell you, they are orchestrating the greatest failure of the greatest republic that has ever existed upon this earth. And I'm going to tell you, all the other republics, they made it to about this threshold and they dissolved. Rome, Greece, Mesopotamia, Babylon, all these places, it didn't ever last this long, okay? Our days are numbered, so get ready. Till we see again here at Seven Trumpets Prayer Channel, love all y'all, and I hope you have a most blessed day in Yahushua's name.